welcome yet again to another video, Sphere. Today's video is quite different because we got a new format. I've got a brand new series to bring you, one that's going to be continuous. So today starts a new day and a new continuous series. I've grown up to love movies and TV shows, not just for the laughs or the horror, the odd tears here and there, but for the experience. That's what it's all about. So, with that, I bring you this little news roundup. Each week, I'll cover movies, TV shows, and a little something extra, whether it be video games, any big news stories that I might want to cover over my channel. So, this series will give you the latest from the previous week of movie and TV shows that are worth talking about. You know, from big blockbusters to small screen gems, casting decisions to leaks, well, of everything. So, let's begin. This week, we're going to be starting with TV shows. Starting off with WandaVision. And we finally have what is a possible release date, with the coding within Disney Plus telling us that it could be 27th of November, which is sooner than we thought because originally it was planned for December. So this series looks to be the official start of Phase 4 due to delays with Black Widow. So I can't wait, and as I say, it looks like it's going to be releasing November 27th, although that could change. In other TV series news, Season 11 of The Walking Dead will be its last season, a series which, I'm not going to lie, I fell out of once, but I'm rewatching it now, and I'm back in the game. I know all the key points of the story, so don't worry about that, and I'll be looking to do that as my next series, along with shows like The Flash that are starting up again next year. So, we're also, however, getting reports of another spin-off on top of what is apparently 3 spin-offs at the minute. So, you've got the Fear of the Walking Dead, which was the first initial spin-off. You've now got Worlds Beyond, which, you know, it's sort of gone in a different direction from any other TV show that we've had in this universe. But we're also getting 2 other new spin-offs. In the works at the minute, very, very small time, we don't know a lot about, is Tales of the Walking Dead, which could look at some old characters and bring in some new characters. It's an anthology series, so it is very different to what we've had before with The Walking Dead. But it sounds like it could be something interesting and something that I will watch down the line. We've also had word that there will be a Daryl and Carol spin-off, which, for me, revealing that before season 11 starts, does that, you know, does that implement their survival in the original series? I don't know. Obviously, ahead of that as well, we've got these TV movies with Rick Grimes, apparently a trilogy. You know, we've got him off somewhere. I'm kind of thinking, not hoping, but I'm kind of thinking that where this new series Will Beyond has gone is possibly where Rick was taken. And we might get that sort of thing. They might have brought this in. But that started a couple of weeks back on a Friday. We've had 2 episodes of that so far. As I say, the first episode was really good, really pulls you in to the series. The second episode has its problems, but at the core of it, it is a Walking Dead series that I think will be worth watching and keeping to down the line. But obviously, we've got some other stuff as well. But finally, to wrap up this TV show section of my new videos, we finally have had the last episode of The Boys Season 2. Boy, that was a good episode. You know, we've got more questions than we did answers, and we've got new questions on top of those questions that we've already got. Where's Ryan off to, you know? Will we see him again? What's going on with Victoria? Like, seriously, that was a big eye-opener. And it'll be interesting to see where that goes next. I'm looking forward to season 3, and you'll all know why. Jensen Ackles being cast as Soldier Boy for season 3. Word is he's just as bad as Homelander, and he's a super villain. That'll be interesting to see him play. It won't be the first time he's taken on a supervillain role, as he has, you know, a few years back he did Red Hood, and was Red Hood in that Batman animated film, and he voiced that really well. So I can see him playing that role really well. And, you know, there's a darkness to Dean Winchester. So I look forward to seeing Jensen return to TV once Supernatural is over and done with. But while we're on the subject of Supernatural, obviously my videos will be coming out soon to do with Supernatural. I'll have a little more talk about that later on. But yeah, so we're hopefully seeing season 3 of The Boys in 2021, along with The Flash and Walker as well, which is what Sam Winchester's going into. Jared Padalecki. I've probably just ruined his name, sorry about that. But yeah, so that'll be interesting. So that wraps up the TV show news for the time being. I know there's not a lot, but hopefully it'll be a little bit more structured as we go on. Before I carry on, the usual. Please like, comment and subscribe on my channel. It is much appreciated. And click that notification bell if you want to be notified when my videos are uploaded. Let's continue. Okay, and we are back now. Moving on to what will be my movie news structure section. Don't know why I keep saying structure. Not the best word. Anyway, let's start with the news of Cineworld Cinemas, shall we? Which will soon be closing its doors for the time being. Now, there have been reports that it's due to like the Bond movie being delayed till next year. Other films like Black Widow, which we're still very unsure about at this time. And due to that, there's just not enough demand for people to go to the cinema. So, the closing doors. We obviously know that that's not the only reason, and that COVID-19 has got a hand in it. As COVID-19 has simply got its fingers in every single possible pie that it can get its freaking fingers into. So, yeah, obviously that is obviously not something that I'm going to love, because it really does put a hold of what my movie news stories will contain. Probably like casting decisions and things like that. That'll have to be sort of, you know, whatever news stories comes out. I have got something that I've got put in this now. This is not part of my original plan for these movie news, but we've recently had reports that there's possibly a place for Venom in Spider-Man 3. So Tom Hardy will return as Venom. I'm not sure how true that is. Obviously, I think we were meant to get Venom 2 this year, which isn't coming now. By the looks of things, because the cinemas will be closing. So any of those films, it's definitely going to end up on Disney Plus, because that's Sony. But it looks like Venom will be entering the MCU for Spider-Man 3. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But it is something that I've read recently, and I hope it's true. But moving on, we all know that recently the Evil Dead and Spider-Man trilogy's director, Sam Raimi, is now helming Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. This news obviously came out a while back. But with that being said, there's been new reports of Jamie Foxx returning as the role of Electro, which is interesting. Whether he'll be playing the Amazing Spider-Man 2 Electro or it'll be a completely new one, we still don't know. But he is returning to the role of Electro. I do think that if they were to put a new Electro in this, why not get another cast member? Why not get somebody completely new to play the role? And that's where my thoughts are thinking to what I'm going to be talking about in a minute. Actually, what I'm going to be talking about now. So, so he's reprising the role of Elektra, but we don't know in what sense at the minute. But we have also got that the next Spidey flick will indeed feature Doctor Strange, which really does open the doors for a lot. It opens the doors for Multiverse and Madness sort of thing to start in Spider-Man 3. But I think it will start in WandaVision. Then eventually it'll seep through to Spider-Man 3, where Doctor Strange will have to get involved. And then Doctor Strange and the Multiverse and Madness could be something to do with... Obviously, we know that Scarlet Witch is going to be in there. But it could be also a place for Spider-Man and multiple Spider-Man. But that could come in Spider-Man 3. It could be that, certain words are taken from other MCU films, with Doctor Strange saying that, being told by the Ancient One about the multiverse and who you are in this vast majority of this multiverse. And that could be reworded towards Spider-Man. It looks like Doctor Strange is going to be the next sort of father figure type of thing that they went with. Spider-Man Homecoming had Tony Stark for that one. Then you had Nick Fury. But I'm going to reiterate something that has been said in another YouTube video, that with both those instances, it's been very different. With Tony Stark, it was all about the suit and taking the suit away and giving Peter his role and trying to open his eyes up to what he could be rather than what he is. Whereas Nick Fury, it wasn't Nick Fury. It was Talos, So it is very different, and I see Doctor Strange is going to be a very different mentor to Peter Parker in Spider-Man 3. So we're getting that very, very soon, and I'm very excited for that. So we could also be seeing Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield reprising their roles of Spider-Man, which would be absolutely fantastic. So, again, there's not a lot to cover with the movie news. The Venom thing did beef it up a lot, but it is a lot about the MCU there. Obviously, we are getting Justice League coming soon. The Flash movie is getting... we've got Michael Keaton confirmed in there. We've also got Ben Affleck returning to the role of Batman, which will probably be his last. But we still don't know in what capacity. Whether it'll be archive footage from another film, or if it'll be genuinely... I think they are redoing some scenes. They're writing some scenes up for Ben Affleck's Batman, which will lead into what will be his last as Batman, unfortunately. Robert Pattinson as Batman did sort of close me down a little bit, thinking that Robert Pattinson was going to be playing Batman. However, from the trailers and what we've seen so far, it looks like it's going to be decent. So, there's still a lot of news that I'm going to be covering in the next few weeks that aren't necessarily going to be from the week before. It could be that I'm just going to plump in a few little things just to beef up the video a little bit, because it's not going to be very long today, and it might not be very long in the future. It might not even be a continuous series that I'll keep up with. But for me, I find out all these little tidbits as well, which I may add into my something extra. So, talking about something extra, and there's not a lot for this next segment, to be fair, but there is something that I want to be talking about here, and that is a video game, and particularly Spider-Man, the remaster. We've had new images of a new Peter Parker model. They obviously said that the decision wasn't taken lightly. Brian Endar, is it? He specifically said that it wasn't a decision they were going to take lightly in changing the model of Peter Parker in the Spider-Man video games. So we've got a new Peter Parker model for that game, for the remaster. Not 100% sure if that's going to feature on the PS4 as well, with the updates. I mean, there's been written updates, but I haven't got the game anymore. So, So that is a little weird. It's it's a face that we're gonna have to get used to. But for me, it's something interesting. So a little, some little tidbits for you here and there. Now, the PS5 has obviously struggled to get the pre-orders right. So is the Xbox. So if you've got pre-orders, they're also now saying that you may not get it on day one. Which for me, if I've pre-ordered something and paid for something, I expect it on the day it's released. I remember back when I got the Xbox 360 for the first time. I did it through Very. And I got it a week before. I got the Xbox and the GTA 5 for the Xbox. And I got it, no, it wasn't a week, it was about 3 days before. And I got a chance to play it early. Back when it sort of had this sort of thing with PS5, like the PlayStation and the Xbox not necessarily being something where if it was to get to you beforehand, there wouldn't be anything stopping you from getting into the system. So, they've obviously implemented that now. So if you do get it early, there's a lot of rules behind it about not showing people, but also the fact that the system wouldn't be running until day one, which for the UK is the 19th of November. So that's going to be interesting. November's looking to be a very good month for us, like with video games and the TV shows coming out, So I look forward to see what's coming up. So, but as I say, it wasn't a lot of decision to make, and they've run with it, and they've run with it really well. So, I'm just going to wrap up a little bit here, but there we have it. That is sort of the the sort of segment structure. Not every week will it be TV show, movies, something extra. I'll shake up the order. Sometimes I might do something extra first. I might do the movies, then the TV shows. Most of the time it's going to be movie and TV shows moving around with something extra being at the end. But next time I might do this something extra first, trying it out. But this is the new series that's starting up. It's not overrunning my horror series. My horror series is still running. So don't worry about that. But I've had to come up with something that was going to be a long-term type of thing with my channel. I know that I am a little bit all over the place with my channel at the minute when I release things. So let's get down to that. Mondays will be my roundup videos. This video that I've done today, releasing on Monday. That's what you will get on Monday. You will also get on Monday my Supernatural review. Episode by episode. There's 7 episodes left for me to review. One episode has come out. So you'll get that today as well at some point later on. If not, I might change that to Tuesdays eventually. Just so that I've got a little bit of time to gather the information for my new videos, script it up, and get it ready. And then we'll get a Thursday video. Now, my Thursday video is not a staple. It's not going to be there every week. That's why you may actually get the Supernatural video on a Wednesday or a Thursday. But at the minute, it's going to be Monday. Tuesday, almost forgot, Tuesday will be the horror series. Every Tuesday, new video where I talk about a franchise or I talk about a set of horror films, which I've already said will be the zombies. I'll do a top 10 zombie film. And I will talk about those zombie films that are out there. Which some of them are very good, some of them are very bad. Some of them are very funny. So, you've got a lot of mixture with zombie films. Eventually I'll get into the vampires, the werewolves and stuff like that. All the mythologies. But at the minute I'm sticking to franchises. I have changed something. You will next get Chucky, the Child's Play series. Not the Friday the 13th series. I realise it's taking me a lot longer. I'm currently watching them now to help better my list. But to be fair, I'm getting to the point now where I'm getting to the ones that I know where they are. So, it was just those first 4 or 5, where I felt like I had to struggle to put them where I wanted to because they're all pretty decent, to be fair. So, as I say, it struggles later on in the series. So yeah, you'll get Child's Play next, and then Friday the 13th. So tomorrow will be Chucky, and then next Tuesday you'll get Friday the 13th. After that, I'm going to be doing the Alien series, and then after that, I'm not sure, maybe the Conjuring series. The Conjuring series is something that I absolutely enjoy to watch. And I don't have very many dislikes when it comes to them. But that'll be next of the horror series. So, I'm going to wrap up this video now as it's getting a little bit lengthier. So, yeah, so Thursdays will be that extra video. Whether as I say, it's not going to be continuous. Where I do maybe Scribble plays. You know, I'll do a little bit of video game play for you, especially when the PS5 comes out and I'll eventually get a PS5. I'll look into that. My review won't be coming anytime soon, as I say. I'm not rolling in it with money. So, yeah, Thursdays are going to be random videos, movie reviews, the odd TV show review as well, for shows that have already finished. Maybe Charmed will be the next TV show that I do on a Thursday down the line. But for now, I will be concentrating on those supernatural videos, those horror series, and this movie now, my movie roundup, as I call it. So, thanks for watching. I've been Scrivo. This has been Scrivosphere, and I will see you next time.